We are here with Randy Jones, who lives on, or works on, Church Street, not Chapel Street, not to be confused with Chapel Street.
Lives on Church Street too. Lives and works.
Church Street Press.
Yep.
Now, Church Street Press, you think literature, you think paper.
Right.
Do you do stuff with paper?
I don't do stuff with paper, but the reason it's called Church Street Press is because I am actually pressing what we're about to show you into these tags. So there is a press operation involved.
Very old school. Why don't we get your product out?
Sure.
And show me. These are prototypes?
These are prototypes, and actually I'm here just to show you guys what they look like, and also to solicit volunteers. How close do I need to be?
I get it.
All right.
So, right there. Let's see if we can get a focus on this. I don't know. All right, I'll do this way and get a focus on this. Come on, camera. Oh, there it is. Okay. Slowly come in. All right, here we go. So we are looking at, what is it? Does that say rape door? Oh, Cape Dory. Sailboat keys. It's like rape dory. That's not cool.
Here's another one.
Okay, here's another one. And it says.
That says loose cannon, and
Loose
around the bottom it says J. Joe. So that's my dog, Janie Jones.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. So you can. So these can say anything, but you. So you're here to solicit volunteers for these dog tags.
Exactly. If you can see these, they have a different finish on them. One is a little brighter, and one is a little more vintage. And it turns out that brass does some funny oxidation things over time. Kim knows. So before I wanted to start sending out tags, I was just trying to get an idea of the different finishes and how they hold up in different situations. So
these things just seem to me, the more oxidized, the more cool they would be, right?
You know, that's the thing, but I think you can go a little too far. Like, some of them can turn black over a year if they're just sitting around doing nothing. So I'm looking for about a dozen or so volunteers, if you're interested.
Well, you got two knocked off the list, Kim and me, right?
Yeah.
So we get 10 more slots.
10 to go.
Yeah. Now, do you have a website?
I do have a website. Yep. It's Church Street Press, but it's churchstpress.com.
Okay, churchstpress.com.
Yep. And
are you on Twitter and Facebook as well?
No, not yet. I'm sort of taking it slow. I'm a little easy going to that. I'm
going to tell you right now, you need to do Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why you need to do Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
In the early stages of the blog started in 2007.
Yeah.
For about a year, the number one referrer was a website called Cape Ann Online. It was an online forum that I was participating at the time. I don't participate in that much more. Well, I don't go to it anymore. But Google took over as by far, like 80% of our referrals came by Google searches, and you could see that. Now, in the last 2 years or so, Facebook has absolutely decimated everything else in referrals that come back to Good Morning Gloucester. Yeah. And it's because, the way we work out the blog is we have a Facebook feed. I don't really do anything with it. It just everything gets swept to it. Yeah. The RSS feed goes there, but people share things through Facebook more than they like. So for Grandma Jones, is that your last name?
That's my grandmother.
Your grandmother. For her to share a URL is more difficult than pressing like or share on Facebook, it seems, and that's the stickiness. So anyway, not to digress from your awesome product.
No worries.
But I'm just doing that. That's so you know.
Oh sure, yeah. No, it's in the pipeline. At some point, I'd just like to get a little what I consider this end product testing out of the way.
Where did you get the idea for this, and where did you find the blanks?
Well, so the blanks are actually plumbing tags for when you hang them on, little valves and stuff like that. So the blanks are plumbing supply stuff. And the idea came because I was looking for something to put on my dog that was, going to have a nice font and sort of be vintagey. And, like I was telling Kim, you can go to Petco, and it's absolutely nothing against Petco. You can get a $6 tag there all day long, and it looks okay, but it doesn't have a uniqueness to it. So I was like, how would I make a tag for my own dogs? And then one day last summer, some friends came up, and we went to the Cape Ann Museum. and we saw the Folly Cove designers work there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
So familiar.
And yeah,
Do we know the Folly Cove?
Well, I'm just checking. Not everybody knows, but you know, so they do that. They used to do that big acorn press, and they'd have all these crazy details, and it was, you know, they're not engraved; they're really just transferred. But something about seeing that exhibit at the Cape Ann Museum. I went and I was watching a movie later at the Cape Ann Community Cinema, and I don't know what happened, but I was like, that's how I do it. I'd take an old typewriter apart, and I would be able to figure out how to press it into brass. So that's what I've done.
So there's a typewriter. So how do you? So is there a certain machine? Do you have a picture of the machine that you use to do the press?
You know, so what I've done is I've taken apart a typewriter, several of them actually, and then if you remember, the letter is like on a strike. It's
Yeah.
And they're split into capital letters and small letters. So I've cut them all in half, so I've got letter sets for each one of those. And then I essentially designed some different holding fixtures so that you can sort of line them up and get them even depending on, you know, if you've got 2 lines and there's another fixture if you want to go around in a circle. So each letter is an individual operation where you load it, press it, turn it, load it.
Wow.
So, and the coolest thing about it actually is I needed to get these fixtures made, and they're made out of stainless steel, and I had them 3D printed on the web. Somebody 3D printed those things for me for small money. So I'll bring them in next time, Joey, if you want to see them. They're pretty cool.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's a whole new feature. Yeah, well, you know what? That's great that you didn't bring it in. I'm gonna tell you why it's great, because it gives us another excuse to pimp your stuff.
Part 2.
Right? Part 2.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for the coolness that is. I don't know. Do we want to reveal like what you did, and then other people could copy you? Though?
Well, you know, I've thought about that too. I mean,
proprietary.
Yeah, it's not patentable by any stretch of imagination.
I know, but it's still.
But that font you came up with.
That's right. I'm older.
No one's ever used that font.
I'm older than I look. Anyway, so that's it. I'm looking for about 10 volunteers, and what I'd like to do is you're going to get a free tag out of the deal. I'm going to ask you to send pictures of it to me once a month or so, just so I can track it. You're not going to know what finish I've put on there, so it's sort of like a blind test.
Oh.
And then at the end, I'm going to try and take all that information that I've gathered, so I'm thinking 3 months, figure out what the best finish is for each application. Some people want them for jewelry, I'll use in quotes. Some want them for dog tags, some want them for labeling something. And then I will give you a free tag of whatever you'd like to say with the best finish that we've been able to pick out.
Okay, I'm going to stress for the people that are just looking for something for free. He's asking in return for the photos back. So if you just want free swag and don't intend to take the photos and send them back to him so he can track the results of how they oxidize over time, please let someone else get the opportunity to have the free tag. Right? Is that fair?
That's fair.
All right, Randy. And so where can people contact you?
Well, the best place right now, if you go to the website, Church Street Press, but churchstpress.com, I've left a little contact form there. And if you want a free tag, just leave me a message. I'll get your name and your email, and I'll get in touch with you within the week, and we can go from there.
Randy, thank you so much. We'll put links and all this information on the blog, which we'll attach to this video. And thank you for this opportunity. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks, Joey.